friends, this is Veera from Time to Chess. Today we are going to see the best game of FIDE World Cup 2021. In this game, Vladimir Fedoseev played with white pieces and the world champion Magnus Carlsen played with black pieces. White played d4 and black played knight f6, c4, g6 and white played h4. In the same tournament, Sam Shankland played this rare variation against Peter Swidler and won that game. So here black played bishop g7, knight c3, d6, e4, knight c6. And here white played d5. I don't think d5 is a good move because it cleared bishop's diagonal and also it gave good square for black's knight. So it creates a lot of dot square weakness in white's position. So I don't think it's a great move. Here best continuation for white is knight g e2, f3, bishop e3 and queen d2, and it will be transposed to King's Indian Samish variation. But white played d5 and knight e5, bishop e2 and black played h5 to stop white's attack before making castle, and bishop f4, castle, knight f3, and after knight takes f3, g takes f3, there's no play for white on king side because white can't make use of his pawns to break black's castle. These pawns are really bad. And black played c6, simple but nice move, creating space for black's queen. And I don't see any good plan for white to play for a win in this position. White played queen d2, then c takes d5, c takes d5, king h7 to prevent bishop h6. And white played a4, knight d7, with the idea of knight e5, and white played a5. This move limits black's play on queen side. Okay, now pause the video and try to find the best continuation for black. Here black played f5. Black found the way to bring his pieces out, and white played rook a3, knight e5. Obviously, white can't give up his dot square bishop for this knight, and black's dot square bishop will dominate. And white played bishop e3 with the idea of f4, and here black played f4. Brilliant move, gaining more space. Bishop takes f4, bishop d7 and finished his development. And white played knight d1. Once again, pause the video and try to find the best move for black. Here comes the brilliant exchange sacrifice to make use of dot square weakness. Also, look at white's pieces. His bishop stuck behind the pawn, playing very defensive role, and his rook on h1 will not be activated easily. And few moves will be taken for this knight to find its role. So only move for white is queen takes f4 and bishop h6. Immediately black's dot square bishop took control, also forcing white's queen to go to bad square. Then queen f8, knight e3 with the idea of knight c4. Actually, white can't make castle in this position too because after castle, queen f6 comes with the idea of bishop f4, rook g8 and g5 with the winning attack. So knight e3, bishop f4, queen g2, rook c8. Black's last inactive piece comes to play, also prevents knight c4. Here white played rook c3, then rook takes c3, pawn takes c3, and queen c8. Prevents knight c4, also threatening pawn on c3. So only move for white is c4, and black played b5, good move. And only move for white is a takes b6, but not c takes b5 because of queen c1 check, knight d1, queen d2 check, king f1, and bishop takes b5, brilliant move. White can't capture this one because of queen d1 checkmate. So white played a takes b6, and again a takes b6. So here in this position, only move for white is king f1, but white played queen g1, which is a mistake, because king f1 with the idea of king g1, queen f1, king g2, and white can bring his pieces out. That's a plan. But for king f1, black will play b5, king g1, b takes c4, queen f1, c3, king g2, c2, queen c1, and bishop a4. And after this, both players can't make any progress. So it's a kind of equality, but white has to play very careful. But instead of king f1, white played queen g1, which is a mistake. His plan is almost same with the idea of king f1, king g2, but it's little slow. That's why queen g1 is mistake, and black made use of it. Black played queen a8, but after king f1, here comes the move queen a2, so that white can't take his king to g2 because he will lose his bishop. So for queen a2, white played knight g2, threatening knight takes f4. Then queen a1 check, knight e1, queen b2, knight g2, queen c1 check, knight e1. Here b5 also winning. After c takes b5, once again bishop takes b5, bishop takes b5, and knight takes f3. But black played queen d2, which is also winning. And white played queen g2. Here white can't play knight g2 because of knight d3. And white can't play knight takes f4 because of knight takes f4, and checkmate is unstoppable. Also he can't take this knight on d3 because of queen takes d3 check, king e1, bishop d2 check, king d1, and bishop a4 checkmate. And also white can't play knight e3 because of queen e1 check, king g2, and queen takes e2, which is also winning. So white played queen g2 in this position, and black played king g7, rook g1, king f8. Black just trying to improve his king's position because with king on g7 or h7, he can't use this knight for attack because queen takes g6 check will come. That's why he's just trying to improve his king's position. But after queen h1, black played e6 with the idea of e takes d5, and if white plays c takes d5, we can try to promote this pawn. And for e takes d5, if white take using e pawn, then bishop f5 comes. That's a plan of e6. And white played rook g3. Finally he gave up his rook, but Carlsen is not interested to give his dot square bishop in this position. So he continued with this plan, e takes d5, and white played e takes d5, then bishop f5, rook g1, king f7, again rook g3, And black played knight d7 with the plan of knight c5, knight b3, knight c1 and queen e2. So here white played rook g5 with the idea of rook takes f5, and white will get some breathing space. But now Carlsen took this rook, pawn takes and knight e5. And in this hopeless position, white resigned because black going to play queen c1 with the idea of knight d3, knight c4, and black will win white's pawns easily. So here white resigned. Such a wonderful game from the world champion. I hope you found something useful from this game. See you in another interesting video. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.